as Gregor Samsa awoke one morning from uneasy dreams.
He found himself transformed in his bed into a gigantic insect.
His numerous legs, which were pitifully thin compared to the rest of his bulk, waved helplessly before him.
What has happened to me?
He thought
It was no dream.
He looked at the alarm clock ticking on the chest.
6:30 and the hands were quietly moving on.
Gregor? Gregor!
said a voice.
The gentle voice.
It was his mother.
His mother's.
His mother's.
I'm Gregor Samsa. Here's my sister Greta.
There's my brother Gregor.
Isn't it nice that she wakes up for me?
I always wait up for him.
Glass of milk on the table, then bed. Up again at 4 a.m.
4 a.m.?
Yes, 4 a.m. to catch the 5 a.m. train.
He doesn't come home very often.
Daily. What a life. What an exhausting job. And I picked it.
He works so hard.
I picked it.
You picked it.
I'm a commercial traveler in the cloth trade. I have to work to keep them.
But he also makes things at home.
Who else can do it? Father's ill, so they rely on me totally.
He recently made a picture frame, and in it, he put a picture cutout of an illustrated magazine.
On my back it rests. Their fortunes rest on my back like a great weight.
It shows a lady with a fur cap and a fur stool sitting upright and holding out to a spectator a huge fur muff into which the whole of her form had vanished.
The warehouse was better. One didn't have to worry about the traveling.
It was very good.
I feel sick.
Gregor!
Cap!
Gregor!
Shoes!
Gregor!
Squad!
Gregor!
Beer!
Gregor! Milk, Gregor?
Thanks. You're up late. Why aren't you in bed?
I thought I'd wait up for you. What's the matter?
My back's aching. Must be carrying these samples all day.
Did you sell much?
Not as much as last week.
Oh, never mind then. It'll be better tomorrow.
Perhaps.
Of course it will.
Shh. Listen,
What?
it's raining again. Hear it beating on the window cover?
It's been raining for ages.
Oh God,
What is it?
I'm so exhausted.
Go to bed then.
Always tired. Traveling day in, day out. Don't worry about the train collections, snatching odd meals and ill-fine ride late in some small town, trudging the streets looking for a hotel. Don't worry about the train collections, snatching odd meals and ill-fine ride late in some small town, trudging the streets looking for a hotel. Don't worry about the train collections, snatching odd meals and ill-fine ride late in some small town, trudging the streets looking for a hotel.
I thought you preferred it to the warehouse.
Not anymore. A man needs to sleep.
Well, go to bed then.
The other travelers have it easy. They're still at breakfast when I return to the morning roadshow. Sometimes it's so dark when I leave, and the mornings are so empty and bitterly cold. I think that's why I've got to sit back.
Why don't you leave?
I will one day. Rest assured. As soon as I pay the father's debt to him, I'll go right up to the chief himself and tell him what I think of him.
Oh, that would be so fun. Imagine his face.
It would knock him sideways if I did that. Shh. He's such a strange little man. He's got an irritating habit of sitting high in his desk and talking down to me. And I have to crank my neck because he's hard of hearing.
Is there much to pay off?
It should take another 5 years.
Oh, as long as that?
Then I cut myself loose.
Sure, then if you're lucky, it might be sooner.
And that's another thing. You're always making casual acquaintances.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Enchanté.
And before you have time to become friends, you're off again.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Enchanté.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Enchanté.
What's happening to me? All my joints feel stiff.
Perhaps you shouldn't go in tomorrow. No, don't go in. I'll get a doctor for you in the morning.
No!
Why
It
not?
will look suspicious.
I've not had a day's illness in 5 years.
The chief clerk will come down here with the insurance doctor, but all down to laziness.
I mean, I feel quite well, really. Said they wouldn't be wrong, would they?
But you look so tired and pale.
That's the penalty for being a good salesman. Oh, Gregor, you're so good to us. You go to bed now.
And have a good night's sleep.
And I'll make you a lovely breakfast in the morning.
I could sleep forever. Good night, Gretel.
Good night, Gregor.
It's 6:30. Where's Gregor?
6:30? Oh dear, perhaps the alarm hasn't gone off.
Did you set it?
Said it? Yes, I said it for 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
I said it properly.
That ear-splitting noise should have woken him.
Gregor? Gregor! It's 6:30. Shouldn't you be at work?
Yes! Yes, Mother! I'm getting up now. Ah! What's happened to me? Everything seems the same. It's so rainy outside. My leg! What's wrong with my legs? Turn over and go back to sleep. It's a bad dream. But I can't turn over! I can't turn!
Gregor!
Shut my ass. I'm dreaming. Go away. It's nonsense. It must go away. Spots on my belly. They're itching. I must sleep. But I can't sleep on my back.
Gregor!
I have to work. It's 7:15. Why didn't I hear the alarm? The next train goes at 8, and my samples are not even packed. And even if I caught the next train, there'd be a roll. I knew I was sick yesterday.
Gregor, aren't you feeling well? Are you needing something?
Just a moment. Won't be a minute.
Gregor, open the door. Please do.
Yes, soon. Soon.
Oh dear, there's bound to be something from the warehouse.
Porter must have reported his failure to turn up.
That porter was the boss's bootlicker. Spineless and stupid. It's sure to be him.
No, Mr. Samsa, it's the chief clerk. Young Mr. Samsa's not been in this morning. Mr. Samsa. Good morning. Thought I'd drop round. See what the trouble is.
Oh God, Chief Clerk himself.
I I'm terribly sorry that our son's not feeling well. I'm not quite sure what's wrong. It's very unlike him. He's very conscientious, as you know, thinks of nothing but his work.
What a villain. It is impossible to be a couple hours late without sending the Chief Clerk himself to investigate. Giving my family something fresh to worry about. He'll soon go away. Like those little pains I had, caused by awkward postures which soon disappeared when I woke up. Mustn't hit my head. Mustn't lose consciousness now.
Gregor, the Chief Clerk's here.
He's worried.
Why? You're not at work!
I know. I only want to get up quietly without disturbing anyone. Put my clothes on and have my breakfast. Must push. Push. Harder.
Sounds like someone found the next room.
Excuse me. Gregor, the Chief Clerk himself has come down here to see you!
Gregor, open the door, please.
He's really not well, believe me.
Wants to know why did he go in today?
Gregor.
He thinks of nothing but his work.
Don't know what to say to him!
What else would make him miss the train?
Besides, he wants to talk to you privately.
Gregor.
It makes me almost cross the way he never goes out in the evenings.
So please open the door!
Gregor.
Dancing and things like that.
I won't mind if your room's untidy.
Gregor.
He just sits there studying the railway timetables.
Gregor, please, you'll get in trouble.
The only amusement he gets is through doing fretwork. You know, he spent 3 evenings making a lovely picture frame. I'm sure he's unwell. It's unlike him.
I can't think of any other explanation. And while I hope it's not too serious, I must say that in business, one must ignore slight indisposition. Work must go on.
Oh yes, I absolutely agree. Oh well, I hope it's not slight. I mean, not serious. Oh, I don't know.
Gregor! Once and for all, will you please let the Chief Clerk in?
Leave me in peace.
Mr. Samsa! What is the matter with you? Why have you barricaded yourself in your room, just answering yes and no all the time, causing your good parents a great deal of trouble, and neglecting your business duties in an incredible fashion? You amaze me. You really amaze me. I thought you quite independable, but you seem bent on making a disgraceful exhibition of yourself. The chief did hint that a possible explanation for your disappearance was the funds that you were entrusted with.
Oh
I, of course, defended you. But seeing your behavior now makes me doubt the wisdom of my actions.
no! He's an honest boy!
I'd never do that.
Never. Oh, Gregor, open the door, please.
Have another key.
Another key? I don't think so. We've never needed more than one key before.
Was he always locking himself in?
He never used to. It's a habit he's gone into through staying at strange hotels. He said that you should always lock the door at night. He's very prudent like that.
I intended to discuss this with him in private. But as he's wasting my time, I don't see why I should. For some time past, his work at the firm has not come up to scratch. Mr. Samsa! And this can't go on for much longer.
Sir! I'm just going to open this door. This very minute. Slight illness. An attack of giddiness. Get me in my bed. Get me in my bed. Just a moment longer. No foundation reports. No one said anything to me. Swear my parents. I'll catch you, eh? Hey. 8 o'clock train. Don't let me detain you. Please make my excuses to the chief.
Did you make a word of it? Is it trying to make
danger of losing my job. Because the chief would start nagging my money for parents for money of it. Surely these are things one need to worry about now. Sir, I'm really not well.
You see, he's really not well. Otherwise, he wouldn't be lying in there.
He's turning the key.
Good, Gregor, good.
What confusion! Was his absence such a crime that no less a person than the Chief Clerk had to investigate it?
What a fate to work for employers where the slightest mistake causes the greatest suspicion.
He's probably more tormented than all of us.
He need only open the door to put an end to all suspicion.
Gregor, open the door.
Come on, son! Open up!
Samsa!
Come on, Gregor, hold on to the key.
With what? My jaw! I have no teeth!
Hurt him, don't run in.
Gregor!
Open the door.
Gregor!
Nearly there. Now pull down again. I'll put my clothes on at once, pack my samples, and be off. I want to work, you see. Traveling is a hard life, but I could live without it. I'm in great difficulties, but I'll get out of them. Travelers are not popular, sir. People think they earn stacks of money and have a good time. You know that's not true. It's just, they're never seen in the office. They're always working. Don't let the chief judgment be swayed against me, sir. Don't go away without a word to me to show me you think me in the right. At least to some extent.
Help! For God's sakes, help!
You! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Don't bother, you're confusing us.
Quiet, field brother! Go on! Back and go!
Gregor was not opposed to walking backwards, as he was afraid of annoying his father even further by the slowness of such a rotation.
His father, for his part, had no intention of making things easier by opening the door. Nevertheless, he wanted him out of the room as fast as possible.
Gently, Father, don't hurt him.
Shoot! Oh God! Oh God!
Crushed my body, returning to my room. Flanks bruised, blood to stain the floor.
Oh God!
And I damaged my leg. Will it heal? Will it heal?
Don't let the neighbors see! Lock the doors! Draw the curtains!
And a wound in my jaw when I opened the door. I know I damaged it because a brown fluid came out of my mouth. Jim over the key and onto the floor.
The Chief Clerk! He must be soon detained! One over the whole future of the family of Gregor depends on it!
He mustn't return to the warehouse in that frame of mind.
Follow! His pleasure to ladies will be guided by him.
He's already down the stairs!
He's in the street!
He takes one last look backward.
He's gone.
I can already imagine what the chief will tell my colleagues. How their ears would prick up. They'll sure want to see who takes over my area. Ah! Isn't it curious how one plucks shreds of comfort even from disaster? The fact that I was now the center of attention gave me no small tinge of pleasure.
moments that morning I thought I was dreaming. The dream stayed.
What a quiet life our family has been leading. And as you sit there, staring into the darkness, you felt great pride in being able to provide his parents and sister in such a fine flat.
They must think he's deserted them. They'll worry.
But what if all the quiet, the comfort, the contentment were to end in harm?
If only we could have sat down and worked out a solution. The Chief Clerk created the panic.
I must keep moving. Fall up and down my room.
Shh! Listen!
What?
You hear? He's moving about. He must have woken up.
Oh, poor Gregor. He's had nothing to drink all day. I know. I'll bring him a glass of milk. He likes milk in the evenings. Oh no.
Oh, Mother, don't be so upset. It doesn't help us to be upset. It'll only make him upset too if he hears you.
Yes. Yes, you're right. I must be strong. I must be strong. He'll be hungry too. What do you suppose he eats? Oh well, give him the milk.
Gregor.
Father, don't let her go in there. Take it to him.
Oh, well,
No, it's okay. Just give me a minute or two.
How can you stand there and let your daughter go in there?
you go in there then. You be crying over him. He's still your beloved son.
Our son.
Our son! You can't call him our son anymore, not that thing in there! Our son's left us!
Don't say that. He's coming back to us. Our son's coming back to us. We mustn't desert him now. He probably needs us more than ever. He's so alone. What must he be thinking in there? That we find him disgusting? We mustn't show him that.
We mustn't feel that.
No, never.
Listen, Mother, he's probably starving.
We'll go with you.
Gregor, here's some milk for you.
I like milk in the morning. It's my favorite drink. Mother leaves me every morning at 4 a.m. Yes, to catch the 5 a.m. train.
So what's left?
Goodbye, Father.
Good luck, Gregor.
Goodbye, Brenna.
Don't forget to drink your milk.
No, Mother.
A nice fresh basin of milk with little sops of white bread in it. Why isn't he drinking it?
Come on, son. Drink it up.
Come on, Gregor, you know you like it.
It's your favorite drink.
Perhaps he's ashamed to drink it with us listening to him. Let's go away.
I don't like milk anymore. It's revolting to me. Bring me something more to my taste. You don't have to look at me, Greta. I'll hide on the bed. But I desperately need some food. I'm starving to death.
Greta, have you,
No, not yet.
did he?
I don't know, I haven't looked.
Would you?
What is it?
He's under the bed.
Well, he had to be somewhere. He couldn't fly away. Could he?
Did he drink it?
He obviously doesn't like it anymore.
He's so upset, that's why he's not drinking anything.
Well, he spilled some milk, so he obviously must have tried it.
What do you suppose they... I mean, he eats.
I don't know. Oh, I know. We'll play out some bits and pieces and we'll see by what he leaves what he likes best.
Oh yes, that's the best thing to do.
Some more carrots and greens, potatoes and cauliflowers.
This cheese is old. I don't suppose anyone would miss it.
Yes!
Stale loaf.
Yes!
A buttered roll.
Yes!
Nuts.
Yes!
Raisins.
Yes!
Apples.
Yes!
That should do.
What about the remains of last night's stew?
Oh, yes!
It's got some nice white sauce on it. You'll probably like it.
Come, Greta, finish your breakfast. He seems to be enjoying his now. You too, Father. Take no notice of that, Father.
It's a bit difficult, isn't it?
Well, then the only thing to do is make more noise than he does. That way we won't notice it anymore.
Oh, I could weep with joy and satisfaction. God, I was starving. I like the cheese particularly, but I can't stand the smell of the fresher food. And my wound's healed. I must be less sensitive. A cut on my finger once took a whole month. Greta took it on herself to take sole charge of me, and she was the only one who dared come into the room and inform the family of my progress.
Well, he ate all his dinner today.
Or,
Everything's been left standing again.
or,
He's not eaten enough for 2 days!
I can hear you. You think I can't understand you simply because you can't understand me? But I can! I can! I can hear every sound you make, every moan!
There's one potato left. That's for Father.
Yes, go on, Father. Have the last potato.
I've had quite sufficient, Mother. Here you go, Greta.
I don't need any more food. I wish you'd have it, Mother.
I want no more of this silly nonsense.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was all my fault.
No, it wasn't. It was nobody's fault. Dear me, what a to-do about a potato. I know, we'll give it to Gregor. It won't go to waste. Listen, Father. Why don't you let Greta go out and get a beer for you?
Yes, Father. Let me get a beer for you like you used to have after supper.
No, thank you, Greta.
Oh, come on, Father. You know you like a beer after your supper.
There's not enough money for potatoes. There's not enough money for beer.
Did you hear that?
Perhaps he can listen to us.
Of course not.
How do you know? How can you tell? Perhaps he can understand what we're saying.
Well, maybe he should listen then. Wouldn't hurt him to know.
Father.
Well, maybe he should know what this indisposition of his has cost us, and how we're suffering on his account. Then maybe he'd appreciate what we're doing for him.
What about Gregor? I don't suppose you think he's suffering, all shut up in his room, all alone, not knowing what's going to happen. You owe him a lot, you know, don't forget that.
I do.
Yes, we all do. How we toil day and night to be a commercial traveler, traveling up and down the country to all those horrible places to take orders.
And those miserable letters from those cold hotel rooms.
He simply took it all for granted. And how he longed to hear you play the violin again. Yes, always knowing that he would earn enough to support us. So often he wasn't even home to enjoy it.
He was becoming a good salesman, that lad. Could have reached a high position in his firm and earned a royal salary.
And that severe plan to send you to the conservatorium to study.
Dreams. Dreams. He never did send Greta to the conservatorium.
But he meant well.
Why didn't she go? Because you took the money. You took the money that was meant for Greta!
Investments! Those certain investments that have survived the wreck of our misfortune.
Yes?
The money that Gregor brought home was not used after all, and I had been shrewd enough at the time to invest some of it.
Yes, yes?
And now the brokers informed me that the investments have grown!
Oh, Father, how fortunate. We're beginning to need so many things.
Whilst, however, it's sufficient enough for rent, etc., and putting some by for a rainy day,
Yes, that's most important.
we'll still need to earn enough for our expenses.
Of course.
Let me work. I'm longing to go out to work.
Yes, you could always take in the washing like your mother did in the bad old days.
But it's only till Gregor gets better.
We don't know that.
Taking in washing won't bring in much.
I'll help until I can find a little job. Maybe I'll do some bookkeeping or stock checking at a warehouse. Oh, I knew I should have started fresh instead of depending on him.
Who was to know?
I should have. There was always something strange about Gregor.
Gregor? Strange?
Gregor, yes, Gregor. Although he worked hard, he never seemed to be a part of it, stood outside it somehow, as if he was saying, this has nothing to do with me. He didn't like work. He downright resented it.
How can you say that when he worked so hard?
Oh, I know he worked hard. But did you ever see his face when he come home from work? It was hard, with resentment, saying, it's for you I'm doing this.
Stop feeling sorry for yourself, Father, just because we lived off of him. He kept his house from crumbling.
I don't want to hear you talk like that.
If he toiled and slaved at something that he resented, then maybe that's why he's left us now.
Good night, Father. Mother.
I've not left you. I'm coming back soon. I didn't resent anything. Even if I didn't keep much money for myself, I didn't resent it. Oh God, you made me so ashamed I could hide away forever! If only I could speak to you. If I could thank you, Greta, for looking after me. Perhaps you'll all get used to me by now. I can't stand just silence. I must gather all my strength and talk to her.
Greta, it's time to feed him.
I won't try to speak again. I know I'm repulsive. And I'll go on being repulsive. How brave you're going to come here at all. Don't come anymore. I don't like it, Greta. Opening my window twice a day as if there was some intolerable stench in here. Why did you run away like that? You should be used to me by now.
He must be terribly lonely. He tried to speak to me, but he couldn't. He could only make a squeaking noise, and I ran out, as if he were something filthy and disgusting. My own Gregor.
You're very brave, Greta.
He usually hides from me before I clear his room, as if he knows how lonesome he is.
She's very good the way she ministers to him.
Today, he just stood there in front of me. I felt sick.
Perhaps he was trying to thank you. He was always very polite.
Just stares out the window, stares out at his old world.
Everything's going dimmer. It looks like a wasteland of gray land and gray sky. Everything gray. Everything.
I can see my face clearly.
They certainly gave you a smart uniform.
I suppose the lowly office of bank messenger entitles you to look like a general.
There we are, all ready. Hat!
Coat! Oh, Father, how handsome you look.
Are you sure you'll be alright to toss them out?
Of course we will.
I don't like leaving you two alone.
Don't worry, Father. Gregor's not going to hurt us.
Gregor's no trouble. He's not going to bite us.
Poor Gregor. He's so alone. I should go in and see him. Perhaps he needs me.
All he wants in that state is feeding. And he wouldn't thank you to have it seem like that.
But he's still my son. Don't you understand? He's still my child and I must see him.
If you behave like this, I'll throw up my coat and stay here!
No. No, you're right. I shan't go in and see him. I don't think I could bear it. You go to work, Father. You look very handsome. Don't worry about me.
Remember, dear, that it's for your own good.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Psst, psst. Hold on to the key.
Yes, Father.
I like hanging from the ceiling. It was better than the floor. One breathe more freely. I can swing and rock backwards and forwards and backwards. I feel so light. And I can see the hospital across the street. All I can see from the floor is a drab gray sky. I so much want to see my mother. It's been so long since I've seen her. Perhaps I'm too hideous ever to see her again.
think he's well, you say?
I think so. I don't hear him moan like he did.
You said that he didn't have enough room.
No, I don't think he does. I want to shift some furniture so that he can move around more easily.
It's so heavy you'll never manage it alone.
Father will help me.
Your father will never go in there.
And I'll shift him myself.
Listen, Greta. Please understand how necessary it is for a mother to see her son, no matter what. And perhaps how necessary it is for him to see her. So let's just shift some of the furniture that hinders him before father comes back.
Are you sure?
Yes, let's be quite matter of fact about it.
Wait! What do you think we should do first?
Oh yes, we should decide now so we don't bother him. Let's take his chest.
That's heavy.
All right then, his writing desk.
Leave it!
Greta, that writing desk was his ever since primary school. He used to build his models on it. All those hours of homework he spent toiling on that desk.
We'll put it back when he gets better.
Doesn't it seem like by taking out all his stuff, we're giving up any hope of his recovery?
No, of course not. He'll think we're trying to help.
Oh, I don't know. Wouldn't it be better to leave the room as it is? That way when he recovers and finds the room exactly the way it was, he'll forget more easily about what happened in between.
No, I don't agree with you, Mother. I keep hearing him going into things.
What about his bed? I don't suppose he needs that anymore.
Yes. I need that to hide under. Leave it!
All right, let's begin.
Turning my room into a naked den for some wild beast to roam. Leave it. If you empty my room, I'll forget who I am. I'll lose all recollection of my humanity. I'll become what I am. No. It mustn't happen. They'll take my picture of him with the lady in the thermal. They must take that! What's happening? I expected this to happen!
He just runs at us! He's over there, don't hurt him!
I'm going for you, Gregor!
Escape, Gregor! Escape!
I'm the Gregor!
Climb the Gregor!
Scary people to death!
Climb the wall!
I'll hit him! It's okay! Back! It's all right. He's gone back. Could that have been you, Father? You used to lie so rarely sunk in your bed as I set off to work. You used to welcome me still in your dressing gown. You who could never rise to your feet but could only lift a feeble arm, who on Sundays walked between me and my mother, shuffling along with a stick. Where did you get such strength? You threw that apple so hard, it sunk to my back!
Look at him. The great general. Just sits there, sleeping, or reading the newspaper. Doesn't care that you want to improve yourself. I can't stand him sitting there all unshaven and scruffy.
I think he's still sleeping. Apple's still sunk in his back.
Father, do something.
He's a dung beetle! He's just a dung beetle!
He's still our son. We mustn't hurt him anymore.
He would probably have perished without me.
Don't worry, Gregor. You're not being forgotten by your old mother. She'll take care of you if nobody else does. Have your room all clean for you to roam about in. We won't have a chairwoman in here. Nobody will have to see you. You'll soon be well, I can feel it. As soon as the weather starts to break and the cold winds go, we'll have a bit of spring in the air. And one day you'll wake up and realize that it's all just been a horrible dream.
That must be the lunch to the room!
Yes! Water!
Cash!
Water!
Shoes!
Water!
Beer!
Water!
Books!
Water!
Cigars!
Water!
Clothes!
Lodgers! Sir, do come in.
It's warm, pleasant, a little cramped, but it'll do.
We'll try to make it comfortable.
We're a very friendly house. Say the word, and we'll do our best.
What funny faces!
We'd like to be called at 8 o'clock. Prompt. Breakfast, hot and ready at 8:15. Prompt. Coffee, rolls, and cheese. Mulling, if you please. And toast.
I'm sure we can manage that.
We're sticklers for order, especially in the kitchen. Can't bear sloppiness.
You'll tell us what you need.
After we've examined our quarters,
We'll tell you all of our objections.
There's one thing you should know before you make your decision.
yes,
We keep a pet in the back room.
oh yes.
I was wondering if that would bother you?
Oh no, we're fond of pets.
I'll show you to your quarters and then you can have some supper. They seem quite.
I hope they don't.
I shouldn't think they.
Mind?
No,
Let's hope he doesn't.
of course he won't.
It fits us moderately well.
Except for these articles which we would like to dispose of.
Please?
Greta, take the largest belongings with you and put them away somewhere.
Use my room as a junk room. Make the lodge the chief consideration. When you remember, I still will. After a rare night's sleep, wake up and imagine I was Gregor. Still hope.
Is it more easier now?
I think so. Much better.
You're learning. The potatoes are hot.
It's delicious.
Nice and juicy. Don't let that disturb you. It's his feeding time.
Well, I see. Well, in the future, could you possibly stagger on meals?
It would be preferable to that hideous noise. Certainly, certainly. I'm sorry it disturbed you, but I hope you enjoyed the meal. Excellent!
Is the violin playing disturbing you, gentlemen?
On, we find it enchanting.
I'm not an animal. You hear the music. No one in this room can appreciate music like me. Stop coming. Spirit is intruders. Good luck. Play only for me. I'll protect you from this one. My ugliness could protect you by finding them away. And then I'll send you. I announce you to all. I will send you to the conservatory.
Mr. Samsa!
Good God!
Gentlemen, this walk is I only have to the whole story. Never. No, please.
I think just like that.
No explanation! Nothing!
Somebody must have left his door unlocked. We'll make sure to keep it firmly locked in the future.
And are we expected to live with a creature at the end of the corridor?
He might escape in the night, creep into our room, and attack us in the dark!
Gentlemen, I assure you that no such thing is possible, as he is very mild, quite weak, as he hasn't been too well lately.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
No, just some digestion trouble, no doubt.
No doubt. But that doesn't explain your conduct of not informing us before we took the room and you kept us.
I didn't say a pen.
Look at it. It's probably suffering from diseases.
He himself said it's not well! He's a problem of physics!
Coprolitic.
He's a damn beetle!
He's really very tame.
Crystals and dentistry.
Will get cankered and decrepit, deteriorate, and die!
It's a dangerous place to live in.
Gentlemen, I assure to you that you'll be more comfortable and need have no fear. So will you please leave the room so that I can clear away?
I beg to announce
If only he could understand this. If he could understand this, then maybe we could come to some sort of agreement. As it is, there is not much we can do.
Yes, you can, Father. You've got to get rid of the idea that he is Gregor. Of course it's not Gregor. If it were, he'd have gone away knowing that human beings cannot live with such a creature. So we wanted to have a brother, but we would honor his memory. This creature persecutes us, drives our lodgers away, and obviously wants the whole apartment to himself and wouldn't care if we slipped in the gutter. Oh, just look at him now!
Swing back.
I felt their eyes on me to the last, full of fear and misery. I sensed the growing agony of their burden and knew how to disappear. My aching body seems glad to release the life that kept it bound in agony. The will to keep it in is weakening. And Gregor is flying out. I only thought of my family with tenderness and love.
He looked at me. Just as we closed the door, he turned his head. His eyes, Gregor's eyes full of agony, looked at me in a way such as only a child looks at his mother, as if to say no more. No more pain. I sensed a spirit creeping out of him, reluctant to inhabit such a painful dwelling. Go, Gregor, go! Be free for me. Forgive. Be free, my little boy, be free. Be free.
Free.
Dead.
Well now, thanks be to God.
Did you see how thin he become? It's been such a long time since he ate anything.
I know what we're going to do today. We'll take the day off. We'll write letters to our respective employers, take a long stroll in the morning sunshine, because that is what we need.
Oh, Father, that would be so good. What a lovely peace rests in my heart.
Go into the open country, sitting in a tram, as the warm sunshine floods the windows.
Our jobs really aren't so bad. It might lead to better things.
I want to leave this house forever.
We'll move into a smaller house. It'll be cheaper and easier to run. Perhaps the one that Gregor picked. We can afford it now. Oh, how pretty my daughter has become.
My daughter has bloomed into a pretty girl. It will soon be time.
We must find a good husband for her. The crocuses will just be coming out.